moment. If we can give you a couple of minutes, here we are. We are back on StreamYard. Of course, we're on our flagship Fox Sports 940 Miami. Ahmed back in the studio holding it down. You know what, Ahmed? It's going to be a little bit longer of a night, but it just very well could be a good night with the Marlins capturing a victory here in Game 1. Excuse me. Augustine Ramirez, couple of home runs. Dane Myers, little RBI double. Eric Wagaman, little RBI double. And now we are joined by the one, the only, the tandem of Scott Kornberg and Jack McMullen. What's up, boys? You guys ready? Got your coffee? Here we go. Let's go.
Yeah, Jack Hicks, the Nationals radio engineer, just let me use his undisclosed branded coffee machine, which is great. Is it a Keurig? Is it an espresso? I don't know. I'm not going to show preference. All I know is I have some coffee here, and we're ready to roll, man. This is good. What, bottom of the fourth, 2 men gone? I was taking not over-unders. I was taking guesstimated time of final out.
Okay.
And Dave Jagler of the Nationals Radio Network said 11:58. Charlie Slows, his broadcast partner, said, Dave, that's way too early. I'm going to go 12:02.
Yep.
So a whopping 4 minutes later is when we're going to finish up. Jeff Nelson on the Marlins TV side just said 12:20. I asked Jeff Nelson's significant other, Michelle, and she said 1, which is crazy.
Yep.
Where are you guys at?
I would say I'm going to write it down too. I'm going to go 12:21. Okay.
Wow. All right.
I'm
so
going to
you're
go
just 1 minute
12:21
later than Nelly.
with a post-game interview with the one, the only, the Great Dane.
Great
at
Dane.
around 12:36.
I love that.
Scotty?
12/12. One of my best friend's birthday, December 12th. So I'm going to roll with that.
Okay,
That's
12:12.
awesome.
Scotty. What are you again, Jack?
I think I'm 12:16.
12:6. You're right in the middle.
But hold on.
Okay.
Give me a minute.
Go ahead.
12:18.
12:18. Okay, so we're making
12:18.
predictions here on when this game will end. We're going to resume here approximately 10:30. Doesn't mean exactly we're going to be on at 10:30. That's why we're on here. Jack's got the coffee. Scott doesn't need coffee. He's like, I just want to broadcast.
Scott's
man.
not a coffee guy.
I just want to broadcast. I just want to play this game. I don't care how long it takes. I'm just so happy to be here. And we're all like that at this point. You know what? We're in it. I'll tell you one thing. If we didn't have the lead, I'd be like,
I will tell
"Need
you,
some rain."
that 5th inning ice cream bar run to the clubhouse
I'm
that's
going.
going to go on for us.
So what
going
is
to
that?
be
Wait. So
awesome.
why is it going to be the 5th? Why is it the 12 o'clock? What's the reason?
It doesn't.
So
Yeah.
Weird Baseball is a thing that started on Twitter probably like 2015-ish.
Okay.
And if you're watching a game and for any reason it goes past midnight, to reward yourself for watching a game, you eat ice cream. So that's a thing. And we've done that in Jacksonville actually for the couple of occasions we've had to play that late. But it's a great reward, I will say. Also, I will say Jack absolutely nailed his prediction for Augustine.
He did.
Ramirez.
He really did.
So I think it'll end at 12:18.
Okay. Yeah, he did.
But
Thank
I'm
you,
keeping
Scott.
my prediction at 12:12, but I
you,
think
Scott.
you will win.
But we
Thank you,
also hold
Scott.
on. What was our predictions tonight? You said Great Dane. You
Yeah.
said Dane time. Can we start doing that?
It's
When
Dane
Dane
time.
has a hit, we do
Dane time.
left index finger to the right wrist, and we start pointing at our watch. It's Dane time.
Dane time.
Augustine Ramirez, Jack. I mean, we might go to the casino after this, and then we play in the morning. So we might as well, go out tonight, and we can roll some sevens, and all of a sudden, Jack McMullen, who dialed up the Augustine Ramirez home run, he gave you 2, Jack.
There's a really good joke to be made here, but
I
I'm
know.
not going to do it.
I
I'm
know.
not
I know
gonna
what you're
do it.
thinking too, but
I'm
we're
not
good on
doing
here.
it. We're not going to do it.
It's late night with the fish on Fox Sports 940 Miami. What else we got here? Wags, of course. I'm going to tell him in the clubhouse you needed a triple there for Arb, but he ends up getting the double. Dane Myers, nice job by him. And Edward Cabrera. Let's go through some storylines here, and we are starting to get some questions here. Some appropriate, some not. What do we think here? How Clayton McCullough is going to patch together this bullpen, because they still need to get this out here in the 4th, and then they got the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. What do you guys see, boys?
Well, think about what they're doing tomorrow in about 12 hours,
Yeah.
right? They're doing a bullpen day and a game that starts at 1:10. Like, it's just a little weird to think about. You're going to ask a couple of guys to go long. The good news is the rest window fits Valente Belloso and it fits Jansen Junk. So you got both those guys that can take on bulk relief. If you need Junk to go 5, you can have him go 5. If you need Valente to go 5, you can have Valente go 5. Tyler Phillips is the big one. I'm really curious if Tyler Phillips can come back out in this game.
No way.
He threw 10 pitches.
You think?
He threw 10 pitches. I think he
But
can
the
go.
long wait over, I don't know about.
I think he can go again tomorrow. I absolutely think he can go again tomorrow. But I mean, I'm just thinking there's a non-zero chance he can go again tonight. Am I crazy for thinking that?
It seems like Kate Gibson is getting loose. That would be.
You're right.
I just think it's too long of a delay. I could see him going tomorrow, back to back, only 10 pitches.
Sure.
That's not a crazy prediction at all. But it seems like they'll roll with Cade for the 5th inning.
And Cade can go 2 or 3 innings.
Yeah.
So they got options. And, oh, by the way, if Anthony Veneziano is the guy that opens the ball game tomorrow, guess what? He faced 9 hitters in that outing in Tampa on Sunday. So, like he can do that, man. I think they have a lot of guys. And what have we talked about all spring and all season long? They've built all their bullpen arms out to go in inning plus. There is nobody that is 3 and dive anymore. Ronnie Enriquez can get 5 outs. Fauché can get 5 outs. Bender can get 5 outs. All of these guys can go more than an inning of relief. So obviously it's not a great situation to be in, especially when you got a game on Sunday and then no off day before you get going with a 4-game set on Monday. But the Marlins are well equipped with what they have in the bullpen to do it.
Got some questions here for you guys. Jack, Scott, what Marlin player is your favorite to call a home run for? It's a good question.
That's a good question.
That was a good question.
You think about it. Fox Sports 940 Miami.
All-time,
Marlins. No, I guess this
year's
season.
team?
Marlins lead 6-2. Bottom of the 4th inning. Again, we will see who comes out. The Marlins need to record one more out before we get to the 5th. We will resume play at 10:30. Again, thank you everyone for dropping in on StreamYard as well. Ahmed back in the studio on the audio. Fox Sports 940 Miami.
I thought Sanoha was hilarious. I thought that Sanoha homer in Philly was awesome.
Oh, my goodness. That was awesome.
That was great because he's just such an unassuming guy. I will say I had a ton of fun with the start that Matt Mervis had of the season. That was great. But in terms of the active roster right now, Augustine, man, that ball flies. And you just had a ball that went 447
feet. How could I not say that, right? Yeah. So Augustine. Although it would be cool to get a Dane time one to
Dane time.
That would be
do that.
Yeah.
Maybe later today.
Are you okay if we keep Dane time?
Oh, I've been trying to spread Dane time forever.
Cool.
It was in the Jacksonville game notes when he came up to the Marlins. It really pained me to see Great Dane instead of Dane time.
Yeah.
And I think Great Dane's bad. Just Dane time is pretty great.
Dane time is great.
Yeah.
Who's the next player to have a bobblehead night? I would say Wags. I think a Wagaman bobblehead night with like the W on his belt for Wumbo and Wagaman would be really fire. That would be my vote
too.
And the t-shirt. I would vote for Eric Wagaman bobblehead night. I think that thing would sell out.
It would be awesome. I will say we have some great bobbleheads coming up. Obviously, we had the Jeff Conine bobblehead. We had the Celia Cruz bobblehead, but we're going to get the rest of the bobbleheads in the Marlins Legends Hall of Fame. So Luis Castillo, Jack McKeon, and Jim Leland, they're all going to have bobbleheads as well. So I'm really excited for our bobblehead lineup coming out right now. I don't know, because you could always go the repeat of Sandy or Yuri.
We got those.
You want something new?
We want something new, Jack.
I would love an Otto bobblehead.
Oh, that's a good
Marlin
one.
Shortstop.
Would he be batting or would he be playing defense?
I think playing defense.
I think so too.
I think he'd be making like a throw on the run. I love the idea of an Otto bobblehead.
I was going to say Xavier Edwards, some sort of switch
bobblehead
where you could like flip the body.
That'd be good.
That'd be kind of cool, right?
Yes. Yeah. Maybe like an homage to his cycle.
Yeah.
I don't know, somehow, some way you can put that in as well.
Like a chalkboard, you just check off a single, double. Yeah.
I could take questions all night. I love like these. I don't even think of these questions, and these are like really good, like unique. Like we spend time like, man, how can we beat Mitchell Parker today? We don't think about who our next bobblehead could be. Like that's a good, cool question.
Of course.
Over 400 here, 409 now, not to be mistaken.
Wow.
All right, couple more minutes left here. I'm trying to think what other storylines here tonight that have been encouraging. I think the overall one that we prepared for during pregame was how did the Marlins break through? Yeah. And we were looking at some of the numbers outside of that game in Tampa, that wild extra inning game where the Marlins played in I think it was 11 runs. They ended up winning 11-10. 3 runs or less in 8 of the 10 games this month. Augustine Ramirez coming into this game was 5 for 39, 128 with a 355 OPS.
In June, yeah.
They have figured out, yes, in the month of June, thank you for that. They have figured out tonight how to put up the crooked inning number, and it came in the top of the third.
For sure. No, I thought that offensive sling together of what they just did was great. And I mean, obviously you've got the Gus homer, but the Wagaman double on the heels of that, right? And then the 2-run double from Dane on the heels of that. It is really cool to make offense contagious.
Yeah, I was going to say from the other side, you talked about the Marlins offensive woes. The Nationals have been worse. They actually had 4 games at the end of May with 9+ runs scored. So you really couldn't be hotter than that.
Yeah.
And then they have followed it up with scoring 4 runs or fewer in all 10 of their games, and really 3 runs or fewer in 9 of them. So 18 runs scored in the previous 10 games. That 6 feels like a mountain to climb when you're down the way that they're playing right now offensively. James Wood can only do so much. He can't hit a grand slam every single time up, but there's nobody else on base. So it's a heck of a player, but the rest of this offense, seemingly everybody is struggling. So, I think from a bullpen perspective, what do you do here?
Sure.
Clearly, Cade Gibson appears to be the first choice. Can he get you through 2 or 3? If you're still up at least 4, that could maybe make it more palatable to go maybe deeper into your bullpen, save some of those other guys for tomorrow, and be in a really good position to win this set.
Go ahead.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can I pose a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
So this is not the ballpark that Scott Kornberg grew up in. He grew up in Shea Stadium. This is the ballpark that Scott Kornberg went to college in, right? I mean, you spent plenty of your college years at the University of Maryland coming to this ballpark a lot. I know you called games here last year, but what does it feel like to call games here?
Oh, it's awesome. And I would feel like you feel the same way, right? This is a place you hadn't called the game in. Anytime you check off a ballpark that you haven't been in before, it's awesome, in particular in the major leagues. But this one's special. We were, spending a lot of different things, a lot of time doing different things in the rain delay. But one of them was my internship director came in here, and that was very cool to see him. He did a lot for me, and I'm very grateful for it. The Nationals broadcasters I've known for some time because I was right down the road, and they gave me some time to listen to my terrible tape and help me get slightly better.
Everybody's tape was terrible in college.
That's true.
Like, I listened back to my college tape, and it's awful. Terrible. But
And it's very cool to be here. This is a great city. It's a really nice ballpark, and I have a lot of memories coming to games here, buying $5 tickets that were meant to be in the corner of the ballpark, and there wasn't very good security here in 2009 to 2013, so we would pretty easily move like 2 rows behind the dugout. A lot of good memories.
All right, boys. Are you guys ready? Do I have to do the itch for first pitch again? Just for morale? Should I do it again? Or I don't think it can't be
because
played
it's not
twice.
the first pitch. Yeah, it's like the 150th pitch of the night.
Okay, well, it looks like Cade Gibson is going to be the guy for the Miami Marlins. 18 innings this season, 2 earned runs given up. The last time we saw Cade was on Sunday in Tampa, pitching 2 of those games. The big one on Saturday, he pitched 2 innings and made that 9th inning interesting. Xavier Edwards back-to-back, just amazing plays for the Marlins to hold on 11-10. But we have not seen Cade Gibson until Sunday. And with more, we send it to Jack McMullen and Scott Kornberg.
Thank you very much, Stephen. And I'm going to be the intermediary, and I'm going to pivot to
You're the
Scott.